How's it going there, everybody? It's Mr. Zen over here bringing you guys a brand new One Punch Man chapter discussion. And for today's segment, guys, we're going to be talking about is chapter 116, hashtag number 75. And yes, folks, this chapter really marks the end of Saitama in this tournament in itself. Or you could say it's the start of a brand new arc, as you can say, because in this we actually get a lot of redemption from Suryu himself. We see Saitama actually face off slightly against Bakuzin, and none other than Goketsu, folks. I am not BSing you, folks. That was very anticlimactic. That in itself, guys, wow. Like I said, I was not expecting that in this chapter, none whatsoever. But let's talk more about Suryu, folks, as Suryu was really the one that stole this chapter itself. It was his dialogue involved with Saitama himself. It wasn't really necessarily Goketsu and Bakuzin that were actually stealing the show, because we already know when they're facing off against Saitama, we already know how it's actually gonna go about. But the thing about it that makes it very interesting is Suryu's character development. That's the thing that a lot of us, fans are actually wanting to see, is what is Suryu going to be doing after all this is over. And of course, in this chapter, we see that Suryu, of course, not even this chapter, but even previous chapters, we see Suryu at the brink of just desperation. Saitama, of course, hears his calls. He hears him out, and of course says, I'm a hero. And you literally see that breath of exhilaration of just seeing Suryu saying, yes, I have a hero. A hero is here to save me. But the thing that makes it interesting about Suryu, guys, is the fact that even though he's at the pivotal end of his point, he actually makes a drastic change and now wants to become a hero, folks. He wants to be someone to save, because he sees none other than Saitama actually defeat opponents that he himself could not overcome, that even other heroes could not even overcome. You see Suryu finally accepting his fate of being someone that he's actually weak. He's weaker than he really is, and that is he's morally weak inside. He's not that strong of a character whenever he's faced against an overcoming obstacle. But then you have to remember that Suryu most of the time was always facing on against weaker opponents. He was never on par against people that were on his level, or at least near his type of level. But needless to say, like I said, Suryu's character development is going very well. And the thing about it is, as well, is that I'm not too sure if one or what's it called, if Murata, they're both actually ending Suryu's actual involvement in the manga itself. That's what I'm kind of curious as to what's going to happen with Suryu, with the overall aspect of him, because I personally would love to see Suryu after this chapter. It would make so much sense if Suryu was involved in the later arcs itself, because it would show someone who has never been in terms of strength like Saitama, or as someone that actually now praises Saitama, follow towards Saitama's footsteps. That's the thing that I personally want to see more of Suryu, is him being involved in the manga and showcasing just how more powerful he's going to become. Because we don't get that many martial artists involved in one's actual, you could say, webcomic in itself. We do have a couple, but there's Bang, there's Garu, but there's none other. But I would say an overall aspect of a hero, you could say. That's what's called a martial arts that's a hero. I mean, we got Snag, of course, but he's still a little bit low tier in a sense, guys. But I mean, come on, you can't argue with that one. But the thing about that also that I do want to mention as well, that the fact that Suryu, guys, Suryu wanted to become the discipline. He wanted to become Saitama's discipline, folks, at the end of the chapter. That in itself was very interesting, because I personally was not expecting it. I personally thought that he was just going to be like, oh, okay, thank you, I want to follow you, I want you to teach me. But no, he says, no, let me be your discipline. I want to learn how strong he wants to be. And that's the thing that's very hilarious to the same time, is Saitama's actual refusal towards Suryu. That in a sense was very hilarious, because he literally goes, I absolutely refuse. Those were the exact words that Saitama tells Suryu. And personally, I was thinking, like, Saitama, he's building his own army of disciplines. But personally, I'm thinking maybe it's because Saitama doesn't really have nothing to showcase, or maybe because he's just thinking like, okay, maybe he just doesn't really he doesn't really know what he can teach him. Because remember, guys, Saitama is supposed to be a comic hero that's not really supposed to be endearing, or someone that knows how to teach someone, or how to be a master in itself. When in reality, he's actually just going through the ropes of everyday life and just doing everything, because as how Saitama said in this chapter, he has time, folks. He has freaking time. Like, that's the thing about this chapter, folks, is the fact that it was very explicit in terms of action and in terms of comedy itself, that I thought that it blended well with this whole entire chapter. I mean, come on. And basically, once slapped to us fans, freaking the way they actually handled Goketsu in the later chapter, that in a sense was literally just like, I'm telling you guys, it's a freaking slap. Because Goketsu was one-shotted off freaking panel. I wanted to know what happened. No, all we get is just a giant explosion in the back, or like a sonic boom of some sorts, and that's it. We see Goketsu, just head comes flying towards Suryu, and he's just looking at like, oh my god, what's going on? And of course, Saitama comes back in a very comical sense. Oh, don't tell no one that I was participating in this tournament. You know, I just want to keep a little pride. And of course, Suryu's just laughing it up, saying, "Oh yeah, of course, I won't tell no one." After seeing him take down Goketsu himself, someone that Suryu can't even take down. That I'm telling you guys, the chapter itself was very hilarious. But just that Goketsu's actual involvement with Saitama was very anticlimactic. I'm personally hoping that maybe they might show later in the chapters the fight between, even if it was one shot, at least some kind of dialogue to show us what's going on. Heck, they even showed us a brief glimpse of Goketsu fighting Genos. Even if it was like a couple panels, that still was something for us fans to be like, oh, okay, you know, we actually got something. But no, all we heard was just an explosion. That kind of like irritated me, because I was hoping that they would actually showcase more of Goketsu. But that's because, you know, Goketsu was shown so much character exposition in this arc, or actually at least into his introduction, that I was hoping that they might give him a little bit more credit. But I feel like maybe that's because Yusuke Murata or maybe it's Yusuke's part, is the fact that he probably wants to move the story a little bit forward. He wants to already start the next arc in itself, because the fact that like the way the pacing is going in the manga, he just wants to get things rolling. He wants to start the main actions, the heavy set of violence is going to be involved in the next arc, guys. That in itself is going to be very interesting. But also Bakuzen, guys, sorry to say, guys, but Bakuzen didn't really have a chance in this chapter. It seems more like the fact that Bakuzen he still was shown very similar to how he was when he was first introduced, when he fought against Saitama. He did his devil kicks, his punches. It seemed like as Saitama was just looking at him like, is that it? That in itself was very hilarious. Like, I personally thought that Bakuzen, he wasn't really like, it felt like we already know what his outcome was. But it's just that I feel like everybody's involvement with Goketsu, that's the one that I feel like everybody should have been actually more at least showcase, or at least, you know, giving us a little more limelight onto Goketsu's actual involvement in the monster arc itself that's going to be happening. But like I said, that's it for today's segment, folks. Like I said, this chapter was utterly amazing, and you guys can't forget the fact that freaking Suryu, he grabs onto Saitama's leg like a little child, saying, "No, I do not want you. I do not want my hero to leave. I don't want him to get hurt." Like that in its by the way, I'm telling you guys this. If you guys read that specific part in the manga, you guys are just gonna like drop your neck, your mouth, everything, just because of the fact that like just seeing Suryu grab onto. We never seen no one really do that to Saitama. No one, not even heroes, not even Genos. No, nobody. Suryu grabs onto Saitama's leg and tells her, "I won't let you go and hurt yourself. I don't want you to die." That in itself was very, very beautiful. That was a beautiful piece of art right there. Personally, like I said, this chapter, beautiful, guys. But like I said, let me know down in the comments below as to what are you guys' thoughts on this chapter itself. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy my content, don't forget to give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more One Punch Man chapter discussions. And as always, hope to see you guys in the next video. But this is Mr. Zen, signing out.